Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. I am your host, Jenny. Today, we kick off with a fascinating look at the luxury market in China. Louis Vuitton and Gucci are feeling the heat from trade wars, economic slowdown, and falling property prices, leading to a dip in sales and consumer confidence. Interestingly, some brands like Moncler and Brunello Cucinelli are bucking the trend and growing in China, while gold demand surges, boosting brands like Laopu Gold. It's a time of cautious optimism in the luxury sector as geopolitical tensions continue. Next up, Hong Kong has spoken out against the U.S. port fees imposed on Chinese vessels, condemning these measures as unfair and damaging to international maritime cooperation. The new fees, which start at $50 per net ton and are set to rise, target ships docking in U.S. ports regardless of where they were built. Hong Kong officials emphasize their commitment to open trade and maritime stability, despite these tensions. The city remains resilient, adapting to changing vessel registration strategies and maintaining a strong maritime industry. And finally, in a bright spot for local sports and youth culture, Hong Kong's first official skate park has opened in Fanling. Built over 2 years with California skate parks, it features a world-class skate bowl and street course, perfect for competitions and training. The new facility is a major upgrade for Hong Kong's skateboarding scene, supporting international standards and inspiring young skaters to chase their dreams. Despite some initial hiccups, this milestone marks a new chapter for sports tourism and youth engagement in Hong Kong. Please stay tuned for more detailed stories. According to the South China Morning Post, the luxury industry in China is facing a perfect storm of challenges, with giants like Louis Vuitton and Gucci feeling the heat from multiple fronts. The ongoing U.S.-China trade war has cast a long shadow over consumer confidence, as tariffs and geopolitical tensions threaten to divert Chinese shoppers abroad and dampen domestic spending. Meanwhile, China's property slump, with new home prices declining for 22 consecutive months, has further undermined consumer sentiment, particularly impacting luxury purchases that are often tied to property wealth. LVMH's first quarter sales dipped by 3%, with notable declines in wine and spirits, reflecting the broader trend of reduced luxury expenditure in China, which Bain & Co. reports fell by 18 to 20% last year. Despite some regions like Japan seeing modest growth, overall Chinese luxury sales are struggling, and the trend of shopping abroad is intensifying, especially as tariffs and trade uncertainties make international travel and purchases more attractive. While European luxury brands are somewhat insulated from tariffs, they are not immune, and the overall environment remains difficult, with some brands like Moncler and Brunello Cucinelli bucking the trend through increased demand for high-end lifestyle and pret-a-porter items, driven by health-conscious consumers and rising demand for luxury goods in Asia. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong has condemned the U.S. government's new port fees on Chinese vessels as blatant discrimination and a deliberate attempt to divide the global maritime community. The Trump administration's new tariffs, which impose escalating fees on Chinese-owned, operated, or built ships docking in U.S. ports, starting at $50 per net ton and rising to $140 by 2028, are seen as an aggressive move to protect American shipbuilding. These measures, which target all Chinese vessels regardless of where they are built, have prompted Hong Kong authorities to criticize the actions as unfair and harmful to international cooperation. Some Hong Kong-based shipowners are even considering changing their vessel registrations to countries with fewer geopolitical risks, such as Panama or Liberia, to avoid these tariffs. Despite the tensions, Hong Kong's maritime industry remains resilient, emphasizing its status as a separate customs entity and a free port that supports global trade. The new tariffs highlight the ongoing escalation of the U.S.-China trade conflict, with implications not only for shipping costs but also for broader international trade relations, as Hong Kong continues to advocate for fairness, openness, and cooperation in the face of U.S. protectionist measures. According to the South China Morning Post, Warren Stewart's lifelong dream of creating a world-class skateboarding facility in Hong Kong has finally come true with the opening of the On Lock Mun Street skate park in Fanling. This milestone is not only a testament to his dedication but also a significant leap forward for Hong Kong's skateboarding scene, which has long been constrained by outdated and limited facilities. The new park boasts a competition-grade skate bowl certified by World Skate, a first for the city, enabling local skaters to train at a level that prepares them for international contests. Built in collaboration with California Skate Parks, the 3,800 square meter facility features modern design elements tailored to the community's needs and is expected to boost sports tourism and elevate local standards. Despite some initial hiccups during the grand opening, the park symbolizes a major step toward integrating skateboarding into Hong Kong's sports culture, with Stewart emphasizing the importance of loosening restrictions to allow young skaters to fully utilize the bowls, which are currently underused due to safety concerns and bureaucratic hurdles. The South China Morning Post also highlights Hong Kong's ambitions to elevate its cycling program, with star cyclist Chloe Leung aiming for Olympic success and the local velodrome serving as a key training ground. Coach Hervé Degorne's efforts to bring in Australian cycling legend Bradley McGee as a coach reflect Hong Kong's desire to learn from international expertise and improve its competitiveness. Leung's journey from disappointment at missing out on Olympic selection to her resilience and determination exemplifies the city's burgeoning talent. Her recent experience at the World Championships, where she overcame the fear of racing on the track and demonstrated her strength and growth, underscores her potential to shine on the international stage. The upcoming Hong Kong International Track Cup will serve as both a competitive event and a testing ground for future Olympic aspirations, with local riders motivated to perform well and make their mark, driven by a supportive crowd and a strategic push to develop world-class athletes. The South China Morning Post recounts a personal reflection on courage and history through the story of Lord Guan, a revered Chinese general known for his unwavering composure during a life-threatening injury. During a minor surgery to remove a lipoma, the author draws inspiration from Guan Yu's legendary calmness in the face of danger, an episode where Guan Yu, despite a poisoned arrow wound, remained serene and composed while his doctor scraped the toxin from his bone. This story, embellished in the classic novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms, exemplifies virtues of loyalty and bravery that have endured for centuries. The author admits to feeling nervous during his own procedure but finds solace in Guan Yu's example, ultimately expressing gratitude for a successful surgery and sharing a moment of reassurance with the next patient. This narrative underscores how stories of historical heroism continue to inspire modern acts of bravery and resilience, reminding us that even ordinary individuals can draw strength from legendary figures in moments of vulnerability. The South China Morning Post vividly captures the burgeoning trend of single earrings, highlighting how influential figures like Harry Styles and Paul Mescal have popularized this style. Sophie Billy Brahe, a Danish jewelry designer, has pioneered this movement with her successful creation of the Croissant de Lune, a single diamond earring that emphasizes asymmetry and personal expression. This trend is not limited to celebrities. Jewelry experts like Olivia Bond and Tamila Purvis observe rising demand among a diverse clientele, from students to mothers, who appreciate the flexibility and individuality that single earrings offer. Fashion runways are also embracing this aesthetic, with brands such as Dior, Loewe, and Fendi showcasing asymmetrical and statement single-piece earrings, reflecting a broader shift towards personalized and playful styling that breaks traditional symmetry. SCMP Opinion provides an energetic overview of Hong Kong's exciting push to elevate its status as a global sporting hub, with the upcoming World Football Summit at Asia World Expo serving as the centerpiece. The city's ambition is evident in its star-studded lineup, including football legends like Ronaldo Nazario and Andres Iniesta, alongside influential tech figures such as Sam Altman. The event aims to attract over 10,000 visitors, featuring hundreds of booths and numerous speakers, positioning Hong Kong as a premier destination for football enthusiasts. This initiative is part of a larger strategy to boost the local economy through major sporting events, building on Hong Kong's reputation for hosting renowned tournaments like the Sevens Rugby. The city's vibrant sports scene is further energized by the launch of a Cristiano Ronaldo museum and high-profile matches involving Manchester United and top European clubs, all contributing to a dynamic sporting environment that benefits the local football community and enhances regional influence. The South China Morning Post also shares a heartfelt profile of Jenny Slate and her husband, Ben Shattuck, revealing a touching story of love, art, and personal growth. Slate, renowned for her comedic talent and her role in Hollywood, considers motherhood her most meaningful achievement, having welcomed her daughter Ida in 2021. Her husband, Ben Shattuck, is a multifaceted artist, an accomplished painter, art curator, and author of the award-winning book The History of Sound, which is being adapted into a film starring Paul Mescal. Their romantic journey, marked by an engagement in a French castle and a cozy New Year's Eve wedding, exemplifies a deep connection rooted in shared artistic passions. Shattuck's support of Slate's career and his own creative pursuits underscore a partnership built on mutual admiration and creative synergy, illustrating how love and artistry intertwine in their inspiring narrative. South China Morning Post vividly paints a heartwarming picture of Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's blossoming romance, highlighting their recent milestones and intimate moments. The narrative captures the couple's joy, from Blanco organizing a prom-themed birthday celebration to Gomez sharing a touching video of Blanco's mother, Sandra Levin, wearing a necklace with a locket that contains a photo of Uncle Benny and Selena. This gesture reflects the warm embrace of Blanco's family, who have welcomed Gomez with open arms, revealing the deep familial bonds that underpin their relationship. The story also delves into Blanco's roots, describing his upbringing in Virginia by his working-class parents, Sandra, who managed an assisted living facility, and Andrew, involved in the intimate apparel business, whose influence nurtured his passion for music and Jewish cuisine. The narrative emphasizes how his family's support, combined with early exposure to music and culture, propelled Blanco to become a Grammy-nominated producer who has crafted hits for Rihanna and Maroon 5, illustrating a heartfelt journey from childhood to stardom. The Sydney Morning Herald provides an explosive account of corruption allegations surrounding the NSW school building sector, centering on a $39 million contract and the ICAC's investigation into misconduct within schools' infrastructure NSW. The story vividly describes how senior officials, including the former CEO Anthony Manning, and industry insiders raised concerns about the awarding of contracts, notably the Manufacturing for Schools program. The narrative details the controversy over a contract awarded to AP, a construction firm promising innovative, cost-saving building techniques, which was later scrutinized for potential conflicts of interest involving former SINSW staff and the misuse of confidential information. The investigation reveals a tangled web of political and corporate dealings, with allegations of improper recruitment practices, favoritism, and the questionable involvement of a former SINSW executive who transitioned into a partner company. The report underscores the systemic issues within the agency's procurement processes, highlighting the risks of reliance on consultants and the lack of oversight that may have led to significant financial misconduct, ultimately culminating in the cancellation of the controversial contract and a broader inquiry into the integrity of public infrastructure projects. The South China Morning Post also reports on the weather forecast for Hong Kong, vividly describing the transition from a humid weekend to a hot, sunny start to the week. The forecast anticipates temperatures soaring to as high as 30 degrees Celsius on Monday, following a period of showers and coastal mist. The description captures the contrast between the recent humid conditions and the upcoming warmth, emphasizing the city's transition to summer-like weather. Forecasters predict that the weather will remain hot and sunny during the day, with minimum temperatures around 25 degrees, but warn of an approaching trough of low pressure that will bring thunderstorms and rain later in the week. The report paints a vivid picture of the shifting weather patterns, highlighting the region's susceptibility to sudden changes and the importance of staying prepared for thunderstorms and showers, as Hong Kong braces for a week of fluctuating conditions. According to the South China Morning Post, Hong Kong's restaurant industry is bracing for a significant 25% decline in business this Easter, primarily driven by an exodus of local residents traveling abroad. Despite this downturn, some relief is expected from an uptick in mainland Chinese tourists and increased cooperation with shopping centers for promotional activities, which could help boost foot traffic. Industry insiders express a cautious outlook, noting that many residents are shifting their spending habits toward takeaway or home-cooked meals, and that fierce competition among restaurants for takeaway sales leaves the sector struggling to innovate and attract customers during these challenging times. The same publication reports that Hong Kong students remain committed to studying in the United States despite recent political tensions and a crackdown on visas, with parents still valuing the country's prestigious universities. Education consultants emphasize that visa revocations have had minimal impact on students' decisions, as most visas for prospective students are still approved, and the desire to pursue American higher education remains strong. However, the number of Hong Kong students choosing the U.S. has declined sharply in recent years, with only 67 students in 2024 opting for U.S. universities, down from over 500 annually in previous years, highlighting a notable shift in international study preferences amid ongoing geopolitical concerns. Nikkei Asia highlights Japan's efforts to revive its post-pandemic tourism industry through the Tokaido Shinkansen, which is actively working to attract more international visitors. The railway company has partnered with platforms like Klook and Japan Experience to facilitate multilingual online ticketing, making travel more convenient for foreign tourists. Additionally, JR Central plans to introduce semi-private compartments and luxury amenities such as private booths and first-class cars to appeal to affluent travelers, alongside expanding luxury hotel offerings in Kyoto and Nara. These initiatives aim to diversify revenue sources beyond traditional business travel, fostering repeat tourism and leveraging Japan's cultural attractions to sustain growth amid changing travel habits. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Rise of empires, no end. Dragons roll, blood and steel. Screams unheard. Prophets real. In boardrooms cold. Fortunes made. Workers' fate in the shade. Curse war, silent fight. Cradles burn, black and night. Through scar. Neon gleam, economic power, ruthless steam, contract sign, trails deep, backroom deals, vultures sleep, bank vaults echo, greed's insatiable cry. In this metal light, like a sweat, endless night. Stubborn surge, shadows blend, rise of empires no end. Dragons roll, blood and steel, screams unheard. Prophets real, immortals cold, forms whose lay, workers face in the shade. Curtain war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the storm, the ugly economic power, through the sea. Curtain war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the storm, the ugly workers fate in the shade. Curtain war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the spawn, the ugly economic power rules the sea. Contract sign, betrayals deep, backroom deals, ultra sleep, and popsicle leads insatiable crime. In this metal wasteland, dreams die. Contract sign, betrayals deep, backroom deals, vulture sleep, and popsicle leads insatiable crime. In this metal wasteland, dreams die.